Welcome to Blue Kenyan TV for the latest updates on Chelsea transfer news, injury updates, and fixtures. Chelsea transfer news. Benfica star Enzo Fernandez has been heavily linked with a Stamford Bridge, but the Blues are running out of time to wrap up a deal. Chelsea are still looking to do business before the January transfer window shuts, and a midfielder is high on their list of priorities. Moises Caicedo has been linked from Brighton, but the name that will not go away is Enzo Fernandez. The midfielder, who won the World Cup with Argentina in the summer, is the subject of huge interest from Chelsea, but it will cost the Blues, with Fernandez having a £105 million release clause at Benfica. That is a figure the Blues have been unwilling to match thus far. But, with 2 and a bit days of the transfer window to go, will Chelsea buckle and make the big money offer? His future has been one of the biggest talking points of the winter window. It has been an on-off-again saga, and, with just a couple days of the window remaining, will he be moving to Stamford Bridge? Noni Madueke, David Datro Fofana, Mykhailo Mudryk, Benoit Badiashile, Andre Santos, Joao Felix and Malo Gusto have all already arrived at Stamford Bridge in recent weeks, but Graham Potter's side is still light in midfield. Jorginho and N'Golo Kante are both out of contract at the end of the current campaign, and the latter hasn't played due to injury since August, making Fernandez the perfect target for the West London club. With that being said, subscribe to this channel if you are new, turn on the bell to be notified of our latest videos, and give this video 500 likes. New structure. As with the first round of talks earlier this month, Chelsea and Benfica remain apart when it comes to the structure of the deal. Whereas the Blues were willing to offer more than his release clause over a number of installments, it's demanded that they pay a large sum up front. That is believed to be the entire £105 million from Benfica's side, but the Blues would be willing to stretch to £80 million at this stage according to reports. Full focus. Fabrizio Romano has written that Chelsea have turned their attention away from Moises Caicedo at this late stage in order to pursue Enzo Fernandez, with their full focus scheduling in new talks for Monday, January 30th. These are said to be absolutely vital in the outcome of the deal. He writes, Chelsea have scheduled new round of talks for Enzo Fernandez on Monday. Full focus on getting it done, player side won't be an issue. Todd Boehly, Bedadig Bali and the board are on it. Chelsea will reach €120 million, depends on Rui Costa. New deadline. Chelsea may well be under some pressure to complete a deal in rapid time, with Benfica in action on deadline day, kicking off just hours before the window slams shut. With negotiations unlikely to be possible during that time and Fernandez a shoe-in to play, it speeds up the urgency needed. Video. It means that both parties would favour a deal being agreed on Monday, should that happen. Request to leave. According to CBS journalist Ben Jacobs, Fernandez has stressed in strong terms to both President Rui Costa and head coach Roger Schmidt that he wants to leave. The report states that the Benfica board is divided about accepting a structured deal. Fresh release clause plan. Chelsea were unable to meet Benfica's demands earlier in the window of Enzo Fernandez's £106 million release clause, and now the Portuguese club are continuing to try and tempt off interest from West London. According to Portuguese newspaper Record, Benfica are hoping to increase Fernandez's release clause to €150 million, £132 million. Benfica expectation. Chelsea could return to try and sign Benfica star Enzo Fernandez before the end of the January transfer window, and that is the expectation in Portugal. Benfica are expecting the Blues to come back with another offer for Fernandez ahead of transfer deadline day on Tuesday, according to Record. Summer incentive. Chelsea have been offered an incentive themselves to get a deal across the line this month. With European giants waiting to pounce should nothing happen in the rest of January, the Blues may lose their free run if they wait. According to CBS reporter Ben Jacobs, things would be very different in the summer. He tweeted, if nothing dramatic happens in January, there will definitely be an open race for him come summer. Chelsea, Liverpool and even Real potentially. Completely different negotiation in 4 months. Players plus cash. Chelsea have not given up hope of tempting Fernandez to West London this January. And they are ready to make a players plus cash offer to sign him. There has been a reluctance to meet the £105 million release clause, but Chelsea could offer a couple of players to Benfica, plus cash, to complete the deal this month. That's according to Record, via Sport Witness. Fernandez's incentive to stay. After hearing of Chelsea's interest, Enzo Fernandez was set on a January switch to Stamford Bridge. However, with Benfica standing firm on their stance he would only depart if the release clause was paid, the Blues moved on. Because of how things played out, Fernandez will now receive €2 million, £1.76 million, from Benfica as compensation for his aborted transfer to Chelsea, according to Record. Schmidt admission. Benfica manager Roger Schmidt has admitted that he believes Fernandez will remain with the Portuguese giants this month, although Chelsea may return with another proposal for the talented youngster in the coming days. Speaking on Wednesday, Schmidt said, "Yes, of course, I'm confident Enzo stays. I think when you see Enzo playing at the moment for Benfica, I see a player who is on his top level, who is very happy to play for the club, and I think there is nothing else in the mindset of the player. I don't expect that we lose any of our players who are playing a lot and who are in the starting 11. That's why I see very focused players and that's why I expect that he stays." UEFA deadline. Chelsea may have been handed a new incentive to sign Enzo Fernandez this month as UEFA have decided to put a cap on contract length up to 5 years, reports The Times. The Blues have been routinely offering larger length deals to help spread the cost of large transfer fees since the new ownership took charge. This decision won't take place until the summer, meaning the club have plenty of reason to make a move for Fernandez while the loophole still exists and the cost can be spread. Fresh raid. Reports from Portuguese outlet Record have claimed Chelsea are preparing a new raid for the Benfica man before the end of the January window. However, like earlier this month, Benfica are not likely to budge on their stance on the midfielder, meaning an additional £105 million will have to be spent. The new bid is reported to be for around £88 million, which could tempt Benfica into selling. Offer prepared. Chelsea are expected to approach Benfica with another proposal for Enzo Fernandez before the transfer window closes. The Blues made the Argentine midfielder a priority target before the January transfer window opened and held several rounds of talks with Benfica over a deal. However, the Portuguese side stood firm on their £105 million valuation, a figure Chelsea were ultimately not prepared to meet. Caicedo preference. After seeing their opening bid of £55 million for Brighton's Moises Caicedo rejected last week, Chelsea are said to be considering an improved offer in the region of £65 million. Caicedo has been identified as an alternative to Fernandez this month and possesses experience in the Premier League with his impressive displays for the Seagulls. However, similar to Fernandez, there's plenty to do in completing the deal. Swap deal. Benfica has maintained from the start that Fernandez's £106 million release clause be met for a transfer to be completed. Chelsea have remained reluctant to do that, although they have offered installments in an offer for the Argentinian. And it has been reported that players have been used as part of the bargaining chip to get the deal done. Hakim Ziyech has been offered as a permanent swap deal, with January arrivals David Datro Fofana and Andre Santos joining Benfica on loan as part of the deal too. Benfica though grew unhappy with Chelsea's attempts to spread the cost of the deal, instead wanting to receive it all at once, thus resulting in the Blues moving on to other transfer targets, leaving Fernandez, who had pushed for a move away, looking likely to remain in Portugal. The 21-year-old was a standout performer at the World Cup, winning the tournament's Young Player Award after Lionel Messi and his teammates beat France to become world champions. The latest reports suggest that Fernandez's dream move to the Premier League has collapsed, with Benfica insisting that Chelsea must pay his release clause or there will be no deal. According to Fabrizio Romano, the Blues have scheduled a new meeting with the Lisbon-based side after talks over a deal structured with 3 installment payments collapsed. Chelsea are said to have officially bid £75 million for the 21-year-old, a fee that falls well below Fernandez's release clause. Pay structure revealed with deal at advanced stage. Chelsea and Benfica agreed the exact structure of the transfer of Enzo Fernandez on Monday, as first revealed by Felix Johnston. The Portuguese club could receive up to €130 million, £114 million, for their midfield star, with €120 million, £105.9 million, arriving across 3 equal installments, with the remaining €10 million, £8.8 million, available as performance-related add-ons. Gianluca Di Marzio supported this claim, revealing the deal is at an advanced stage, and the